Hello, Chicago. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Rome J, cultural correspondent for the Tribe. Welcome to episode 6. That's my MJ face. Episode 6. Welcome to episode 6. We real Chicago. Thank you, everybody out there in the virtual world, for stopping by. Look, guys, we're doing things a little bit different today. I'm going to kick off the show with the scene. All right. Now, since the death of George Floyd in May and now the recent grand jury decision in the Breonna Taylor case down in Louisville, we've seen many demonstrations and protests in Chicago and across the country. Here with me is the Tribe's General Assignment reporter, Matt Harvey. Matt, what's going on, brother?
Hey, I'm decent, bro. Appreciate you having me on.
No problem, man. So yesterday there were like at least 4 different protests in the city, and I know that you reported on some of them. You've been doing this kind of all summer. Can you walk me through where you were last night and tell me what you saw and what you heard?
Yeah, so last night I started out at 35th in Michigan. Well, I guess the evening started a little early for me because I was at the press conference with Lightfoot, Pritzker, and all of them. I got to ask my first question at a press conference, so that was wrong. But after I left that, I went to 35th in Michigan, and we were right outside of the CPD headquarters. It started out, I got there pretty early. There was maybe like less than under 100 people out there. By the time we started marching, there was maybe about 400 people out there. So yeah, it was a really well organized protest in terms of, like, you know, and it's kind of crazy. I've come to start looking at these things like this just based on reporting them, but I start to think about how organized these actions are, and I think that this one was really well organized. It was really thoughtful, and it was really powerful and impactful. There was a lot of people gave their testimonies. People was speaking to the police directly because they had a police line of officers in riot gear, and they was like standing next to the water management trucks they had blocking out the road. But yeah, it was a powerful thing to see. We ended up marching to Dunbar Park over there in Bronzeville, and we had a moment of silence in Breonna's name, and Dreadhead Cowboy showed up out there. He had just been released maybe 2 hours prior, so it was a powerful night, man, for real. Like, it was intense, and it was appreciated, I feel like.
Matt Harvey, ladies and gentlemen, he's been at every major protest, it seems like, in the city this summer. We'll flip over to the Year of the Youth back to school giveaway that happened. It's been heavily, everybody's been talking about it online. Of course, it took place at Overton Elementary. And Overton was one of the many CPS schools that were shut down. At least 50 schools were shut down under our former mayor, Rahm Emanuel. The Year of the Youth was hosted by Chance's organization, Social Works, and Save Money, Save Life, which was funded by Vic Mensa. Joey Perp and G Herbo were also in attendance and partnered for the event. Matt, now you cover events like these all the time. What made this march different from others that you might have covered in the past?
This one was interesting just because, the thing that stood out to me was, one, it was super behind for it to be like such a orchestrated event. It was run by, these different nonprofits, and I think that, like, their heart was definitely in the right place, and they definitely got what they wanted to get done, which was really to get these people groceries, get people free COVID testing, get people free HIV testing, give people free meals. They were able to do all those things, free clothes. I think that it just started off kind of weird just because of timing. People were late, like Chance didn't get there till late, and then it was like the march was kind of I don't think everybody really knew what the march was for. It was just.
So let's touch on that, Matt, because me and you both were there. We linked up and kicked it for a couple of hours at least. There was a free taco truck, and it was cool that everything there was free. But what was touch on just like the tone of the event? How many people were there? Because it did kind of fizzle out towards the end.
Yeah, I think throughout the whole thing, like, it almost felt like there were more, organizers and volunteers than there were even just regular attendees. So yeah, it was a much lower turnout than you would expect for something that included Chance and G Herbo and Vic and Joey and all these people that we consider big names in Chicago hip hop. I think that it just wasn't something that too many people knew about. Was the biggest problem in terms of turnout, but really what matters, I think, at the end of the day, that they got the job done that they was trying to get done. But yeah, it was it definitely was messy. It was a lot of cringy stuff with like the march going on and how there were people like they didn't know what chance they wanted. They were coming up with chance on the spot, and then the chance wasn't hidden right, and it was just like a bunch of that happening. People like I just felt like people wasn't, it was people that was out there like these 40-year-old, 30-year-old parents. They weren't trying to do a 2-hour march, an hour-long march with these they 10-year-old kids that they got with them. So yeah.
And me and you touched on when we were there. There seemed to be a lot of themes to the day. If you could pinpoint one, what would you say would be the overall theme of this event? What was the overall theme of this event?
The theme was I would say the biggest thing was just you making it youth focused, and it's interesting because the things that they were doing themselves were geared towards like these kids, like really young kids, but the idea that like these organizers that we've seen throughout the summer have been a lot of young people, and they did like when I asked them questions during the media availability, they were letting they shouted out those young folks who've been at the forefront of organizing these demonstrations, but it also didn't feel like, as youth centered as it was, it didn't feel like they did enough of consulting those youth in terms of putting this thing together. And I think that would have definitely benefited them a lot.
You're the youth back to school giveaway. I had a good time, Matt. If I had to ask you in your honest opinion, in your professional opinion, brother, do you believe that the event was a success? Yes or no? Why or why not?
Yeah, I absolutely. No doubt. I mean, like I said, the goal, what they were trying to do is get these people these free essentials, things that they need, and they were able to do that. And that's just, I think that's the most powerful thing about it. The other things are just like logistical issues that are really cosmetic at the end of the day, but it's really, it was the fact that they're able to give these people so much, the free COVID testing, the free clothes, free shoes, free, groceries, all that stuff that people just, don't have access to all the time, or, they making ends meet to get, and they were able to help people out with that. So yeah, it was a success. Yeah.
We Real Chicago, Matt Harvey, the Tribe's general assignment reporter. Matt's really got a beat on what's going on in these streets. So make sure you guys get down with the Tribe and make sure you read everything he puts out. Matt, thanks for stopping by, brother man.
Yeah, for sure. At Matt the Major on every social media.
Already.
All right, gang.
So, guys, there's been a bit of misinformation about G Herbo's involvement with Overton, and it's been all over social media. This even caught the eyes of some national hip-hop outlets, and we need to set the record straight, okay? Back in 2018, on the Tribe's multimedia series with the Chicago Reader called The Block Beat, Herb told us that he bought the school and was planning to turn it into a media lab and music incubator for the youth. G Herbo did not attend Overton. G Herbo did not attend Overton, everyone. Here's some raw footage from that interview. Do we have it queued up? Let's roll it.
G Herbo, I don't know if I'm still Swervo right now. We're in Swervo season. But we at our multimedia facility in the making. We at what it was, Overton? This was Overton, I don't know if it was middle school. I think it was a Chicago public school.
G Herbo's partners, Mickey and JB, were going to join us on the stream tonight, but they got caught up traveling and weren't able to come through. Be looking out for a video with us soon. We'll drop the link in our description box. So guys, stay tuned to the full story. Reading is fundamental. Herb bought the school so that he could renovate it, but he did not attend it. We put that story out in 2018. Stay tuned for the full story. What I take away from it is that Chance talks about basically how it doesn't take a celebrity to make a difference. These are things all of us can do, me or you. He says he took many contributions from the different organizations in the city, many different grocery stores and organizations chipped in, and it didn't take millions of celebrity dollars to get it done. So that's one thing we took to heed. Also, he also just spoke on how we have to show the kids that this is just kind of what you do when you are a grown-up. And so when you are a grown-up, you go back to the kids and you get back to the kids. It does take a village. And we here at the Tribe love to see it. So shout out all of those guys, Joey, Chance, Vic, and Herb, of course. To stay in tune with events and what's going on in these streets, make sure you guys check out the scene at thetribe.com. All right, now election season is here, and the stakes, as always, are high, guys. We're almost a month away from the 2020 presidential election. Woo, we've been in quarantine too long. I forgot what year it was. The 2020 presidential election is right around the corner. Look, guys, family, if we get ready now, we'll be ready on election day. And so I have a special guest here with me to tell us all about voting. Joining me today is Katrina Fid. Katrina is a communications associate with Chicago Votes. Thank you, Katrina, for joining me, and welcome to Real Chicago. Katrina.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you, Katrina. Okay, so we'll start right on. You wrote an op-ed for the Tribe last month, and in that piece, you reflected on the power of voting, and you urged young people to use voting as a tool towards abolition. Can you just explain how voting can be a tool for abolition?
Yeah, definitely. So I had written that piece when I was home in the Twin Cities, where I'm originally from, right after the George Floyd murder. And I was really wrestling with the idea of voting and how that fits in with abolition. So that piece is really kind of me thinking through it. And I'm arguing that voting is a tool we can use, one of the many tools we have to achieve abolition. So we have the power to elect states' attorneys and judges. These are elected officials that have the power in our legal system to either hold community members accountable, but not always doing so by criminalizing people. So we can vote out judges that don't uphold our values and have records of being tough on crime. We can vote for states' attorneys that do this as well. So that's kind of what that piece is about.
Okay, so for our viewers, not me, because I'm registered to vote, but for the person who's not registered, can you walk us through registering to vote for new voters, and how do you check if you're already registered or not?
Yeah, so registering to vote, there are a number of ways you can do so in Illinois. You can register to vote online, by mail, and then in person. So if you want to register to vote online, you can do so at chicagooelections.gov. And for that, you just need your Illinois state ID number or your social security number. You can also register to vote by mail. So you would go to chicagooelections.gov and print off the application and just mail that in. The deadline for that is October 6th, so it is coming up. But if you don't want to do either of those, or you miss those deadlines, you can register to vote in person, and you can do so at all of the early voting locations and on election day. And to register to vote in person, you just need 2 forms of ID with you, and one of them has to have your current address on it. So you could use a utility bill, a transcript from school, your ID. There's a whole list of IDs you can use. You can check that at chicagooelections.gov as well.
Katrina, you covered a lot in that one question. Wow, very well spoken. So one thing you said, of course, there'll be mail-in ballots. Dude in office claims that the mail-in ballots won't count. Is that true, Katrina?
No, that is not true. And the president also doesn't have the authority to make that decision. So if you are going to vote by mail, you can apply to vote by mail still. The deadline to apply online is October 29th, but I would recommend doing it as soon as possible. It only takes like a couple of minutes tops, and you can do that at chicagoelections.gov. And when you vote by mail, or when you apply to vote by mail, the Board of Elections will send you an email when your application is processed. They will also send you an email and a tracking number when your ballot is on its way to you. And they will send you an email when your ballot is received. And lastly, they will send you an email when your ballot is counted or if there is an issue with your ballot.
Okay, and of course, everyone will have access to early voting. In Chicago, early voting starts on October 1st, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if people do opt to vote in person, can you tell us how we could do so safely?
Yeah, so all the polling sites are adhering to guidelines from the CDC and ensuring that the election workers are wearing masks, gloves, have hand sanitizer, and there's social distancing. I would recommend early voting because there are fewer lines and it's a lot quicker, so you can just go in and out. So early voting starts October 1st at the Loop Super site, and then it'll be available to all 50 wards October 14th. Also, when you're voting, make sure you bring a mask, just because we want to be safe and we want to keep our election workers safe as well.
Will there be curbside voting?
The Chicago Board of Elections has not stated that there will be curbside voting this election. However, you can drive your car up and get out of the car and drop off your ballot at a drop box at all of the early voting locations.
Okay, so we're all obviously not going to have the same polling place. How do I get in touch with my polling location, Katrina?
Yeah, so there are a number of resources you can do so. Ballot Ready is a great resource. You type in your address and it tells you your polling location, and it also breaks down what you can expect to see on your ballot. I would also recommend using the Chicago Board of Elections website, which is chicagoelections.gov. All of the information for elections is there. You can also type in your address and it will tell you where you can vote. But for early voting, you can use any early voting location throughout the city.
All right, and Katrina, that pretty much wraps it up. Anything else you'd like to add about voting? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I would just like to say there's a lot of people that are on the fence about voting, or they're not super excited to vote for the president, but there are a ton of races happening down the ballot. So we are voting for state's attorney, judges, the water reclamation district commissioners. There are a number of local races where you might see a more direct impact in your community. So I would really urge you to vote.
Katrina Fid with Chicago Vote. Katrina, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Wonderful. The Tribe is going to be listing all early voting locations on the scene. That's thetribe.com, the Tribe with 2 eyes. Make sure to check that out and our election coverage to stay informed. Family. Tonight's interviews are all about music. We have 2 amazing producers from Chicago that are with us tonight. First up is Gold Haze. Gold Haze is a Chicago producer and rapper. He started producing beats back in 2012. He's worked on tracks with other rising Chicago artists since then, such as Flex, Queen Key, G Herbo, and Valet, Kilt Carter, just to name a few. In addition to producing, Gold Haze also released several solo projects, including Before the Summer Ends, Quarantine Sessions, More Than Gold, and Never Forget. We got a chance to talk to Gold Haze. Here we go. We Real Chicago stopping in today. I got super producer Gold Haze joins us on the show. Brother, what's going on, man? Thanks for showing up.
Man, always a pleasure to be here. Blessing to be here, bro. Appreciate you, man. How you feeling?
Yes, sir. I've been a fan for a while, man, and we'll just jump right into it. just everything that's been happening on social media lately. I don't know if you've caught wind of it, but have you been following what's been going on with Kanye lately, man? Just producer to producer.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been seeing the tweets. I've been seeing glimpses of it. I've been trying to just. It's a lot going on. It's been a lot to read, a lot of contracts and everything. So it's just a lot.
What do you think about that situation, man? Just from another producer / artist like yourself.
Well, I'm all for Kanye fighting for the rights of others. You know, he definitely doesn't have to do it with the position he's in. You know, all the billions he is worth right now. I feel like he's taking the risk. You know, for all the musicians and the artists. So if it's genuine, I'm with it. Most definitely.
Facts. When did you, so like, I don't know if you remember the exact moment, but when did you know you wanted to produce for sure? You know, like when was the moment like, this is what I'm going to do?
I was definitely in high school. I would say junior year when it hit me, when I really wanted to, when I made up my mind, like this is what I want to do. I want to make beats. I want to produce. Because I would always make beats at home, and then when I get to class, I would play it for the people around me, and my friends would be like, "That's dope. You should keep it up." And then I kept it up, but I always just knew that I can get better. And it was a challenge to me. That was part of what made me and drove me to keep going. The challenge.
So walk me through junior year in high school. What was the first software I'll say you made a beat on? Was it like a garage band or was it?
It was FL Studio actually. And I'm still on FL to this day. So we came a long way. Like FL, I've been working on FL for like 8 years now.
Facts, no doubt. So you've been pretty busy during quarantine. You dropped Before the Summer Ends, Quarantine Sessions, and More Than Gold, correct?
Yes, sir.
What keeps you so occupied during quarantine? What keeps you inspired is what I really want to say.
Man, I would just say just knowing that it's going to be an end after the quarantine, knowing that life it's not going to be back to normal how it was before, but we will eventually go back to doing shows and going outside and just getting back in contact with people on an everyday basis. And I just want to put myself in a position the best way possible to be one of the greats when all this is said and done. And I feel like me being an introvert in a sense, like I'm kind of an introvert, and like I'm not good at being social. Like, so the best way to get my point across is through social media and through music. And I'm very grateful to see the music bringing people together, and just seeing all the comments online and just seeing everything on Twitter and just seeing the beats that people think they can hear people on, and just reading all the comments. It's amazing.
Your instrumentals have been featured in the BTS in clothing store campaigns. Really big deal, man. Congratulations on that again.
Thank you, bro.
Reebok, Champion, Jumpman, Adidas, they've all featured your beats and your instrumentals. Seeing as BTSN has only 2 stores, and most people don't know it's based in Germany.
Yes.
How did you get in touch with them? How did that connection happen? How did they hear Gold Haze and say, that's it? Because I think it works perfect for their brand.
It's perfect, bro. Like they had a few clips where they was working with Cook and Soul actually, and they found me through Instagram, and they was like, "Man, we would love to work with you." And then we actually started in 2018. We did an Advanced commercial in 2018, and that went crazy on my page and they page too. But ever since we've been working, the chemistry has been amazing, man. Like I really appreciate them for just taking the time out to collab and just work and grow and build with me. You know, it been helping a lot. The commercials has been amazing. Like the turnouts. Every time we post, it goes crazy. It's a moment.
If you're just now joining us, this is Rome J here with Real Chicago. I got Gold Haze, the super producer, joining me. Haze, any new projects we should know about? What can we look forward to for the rest of 2020, man?
I'm dropping 3 more projects. I'm dropping a project with my homie Pee Wee the Plug. It's called Life in Abundance. It's gonna be crazy. We both on that talking the most fly, suspenseful talk ever. Like it's gonna be just something you could rap to, something you could just have fun to. And then I'm dropping another solo project I've been working on all year. It's called From Here On Out. It's amazing. It's dope. I gotta actually hold on. Let me show you the cover. I've been putting these in my videos too, man. I want people to get the hints. This the actual cover. It's called From Here On Out. It should be coming out like late November, December. But I'm so excited about this project because this is I'm rapping on it. I'm rapping on every song. Every song is personal to me, and I'm just giving the best that I can on this one. It's gonna be different, man. It's executive produced by C-Sec too, so it's gonna be very big for the city. It's gonna be a moment when it come up.
So we want to thank the homie Gold Haze for stopping by. Check out everything Gold Haze online, Twitter and IG, simply at Gold Haze, I think. So one of the hottest in the city right now. And as I said, tonight's show is all about Chicago producers. Hustler by nature, jack of all trades. SqueakPivot is a DJ producer, audio engineer, and he hails from the West Side of Chicago. He's a core member of the hip hop collective Pivot Gang. Squeak, thank you for coming through, brother. Welcome to We Real Chicago. SqueakPivot, everybody. Give it up in your home. Yeah. Squeak, what's going on, man? We got Squeak muted. Squeak, unmute yourself. Squeak, you muted.
I didn't go, my boy.
What's
the word?
What's up, my boy? How you been, man? How you doing?
I'm deep.
That's
decent. I'm decent. Yourself?
I'm doing good, man. That's what's up. I saw you just celebrated a birthday, man. How old were you? What did you do? How'd you spend your day, man?
I just turned 26. Yeah, it was my birthday Sunday. Virgo season, you dig? It was tight though. It was like definitely one of my best like celebrations of life for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I did a vacation, you know what I'm saying? Had a West Coast vacation and then I had a staycation.
I saw palm trees. I was gonna say, was you on the West Coast? Was you in LA? What's good?
Yeah, I was in LA. Cool, you know what I'm saying? Just I always wanted to have a crib on the beach, so I just got an Airbnb on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Just it was a vibe, you know what I'm saying? Then I always wanted to stay downtown, you know what I'm saying? Just feel like I haven't stayed downtown, so I just booked a suite at the Waldorf Astoria, and that shit was fast fuck. So you know what I'm saying? It was a cool ass B-day for me. It was fast. With it.
So we'll jump into some news, man. Thanks for joining me. We're doing the show a little bit different today. You're gonna join me. You're gonna be like my co-host, Squeak. Just now joining me is your boy Rome J. We Real Chicago. SqueakPivot joins me from Pivot Gang. Major sports news this week. The Bulls got a new head coach on Tuesday. Squeak, I don't know if you follow basketball, but the Bulls recently announced. The Bulls recently announced that Billy Donovan would be the new head coach of the Bulls. Donovan is fresh out of the NBA bubble. In Orlando, he's been the head coach of the Thunder for the last 5 years. And before coming to the league, he was head coach of that Florida team that we all know won 2 titles. Joakim Noah, Al Horford, Corey Brewer. They had a squad, bro. They had a squad. Yeah, they had a squad. He got them slick back pats like Pat Riley.
I respect it.
Yeah, he's got those slick back pats. He's like like Pat Riley. He be having them say it seems like Chicago would fit him well. I'm very interested to see if Donovan's influence can guide a young core of players to hopefully an A seed in the playoffs. Squeak, what do you think, man? You think it's a good fit?
Definitely, because I did not like Jim Boylan. I did not like him. Billy Donovan, though, y'all see how he been working with the at OKC, right? Yeah. Like, yes, Billy Donovan, great hire, great coach. Like, when KD left, they was still, you know what I'm saying, a threat in the West. You feel me? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
good job, Bulls. Finally, they did something right.
Facts. I mean, a lot of people thought the Bulls or that OKC was done, especially when they traded Russell Westbrook. But they were competitive even this year with Chris Paul. So that speaks to Billy Donovan. Not up in the office. What was that, Squeak?
I said every time a star left, like he's still like nothing digressed or anything. Like
facts. He finds a way to compete. So shout out Bulls front office for finally doing something that Black Chicago approves of. As you know, Squeak, folks on Twitter love to rank their favorite entertainers. It's like a pastime for people online. I'm kind of guilty of it as well. So there was a bit of a debate, over the weekend. Chicago rapper Lupe Fiasco replied to a tweet from a fan page that asked if Lupe or Kendrick was better. Who's the better lyricist, right? So naturally, fans started tweeting their opinion, and it looked like Kendrick didn't respond, but Top Dog Entertainment president Punch tweeted "LOL," right? Around the same time that the Lupe tweet surfaced, but Lupe now deleted his tweet. so, and you know Lupe, you know what Lupe be on, bro. So Squeak, I gotta ask you, who's the better lyricist? Who you got, Lupe or Kendrick?
Dang, y'all just
come on, man.
Put me on the spot like that, man.
I know you want to work with both of them one day, but who you got in the verses?
Definitely. And the verses, I'm from out west, so it's just like mugs that expect me to pick Lupe, but I listen to Kendrick more. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me rephrase it because a verses might not be fair for Lupe, but just lyrically, who you take?
Exactly. Well, lyrically, I know how ill Lupe is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm in the same studio where he made what's the shit called? Liquor Store. What's it called? His classic album though, like some shit like that, Food and Liquor Store. But I don't know, man. I literally just listened to more Kendrick, so I don't even know more Lupe songs than I know more Kendrick songs. So it's like, if I pick Lupe, I'll just be lying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Kendrick because I know how raw Kendrick is, but I know how raw Lupe is. Like, I was having this conversation with my brother Fresh Waters, and yeah, he instantly picked Lupe. Lupe, of course. Like, I know how raw Lupe is, but I just never sat down and just, you know what I'm saying, studied how raw he was. You feel me? But I know how raw and great he is.
Yeah, and the name of that album, that Kendrick album, is Food and Liquor. But on that note, we'll just jump right into Kanye. Okay, since we talk about hot topics, have you been following what he's been saying and doing on Twitter, Squeak?
Nah, not for real, but I know what he's been like. I saw, you know what I'm saying? I saw him talking about he's gonna give his good music artists back 50%. I am head of Adidas. I will bring Adidas. Oh yeah, I saw that tweet. They were saying why the hell would you even want to bring Adidas and Puma back anyways? And then I saw that's player as hell. That's gangster as fuck.
I know a lot of people.
Grammy, they were crazy. What he's talking about now, the Trump shit, he was tweeting. But this, yes.
And I mean,
he on some what independent artists be talking about all the time. What, you feel me? He on some what we be talking about all the time, on the daily. Fuck these big ass music, just moguls and whatever. Just these big music industry motherfuckers trying to control everything. Fuck them, because they just on some trying to treat us like slaves still. No matter how, they gonna try to capitalize off us. And yeah, he just on some fuck that shit.
I guess when it comes to Kanye, I saw some people who were like, Kanye, we don't need you to touch Puma. Puma's actually been coming out with decent designs lately. Don't mess with Puma, Kanye.
You gotta turn Puma up. What?
But we'll wait and see. I think Kanye is dope as a designer, personally. So we'll wait and see. We'll see what he comes up with out here in these streets. We'll have our ear and eyes to the streets, of course. So shifting over. Yes, sir.
No, I was waiting for Ye to drop that the kids Gap, because I got a daughter and I got a 2-year-old, and yeah, I'm waiting for that drop because I shop at Gap for her all the time. So I'm definitely waiting for that Ye Gap drop.
Facts.
Kids Gap drop.
Facts. I got a 4-year-old. we in the outlet when it dropped. We in the outlet for sure. In the outlet. Facts. All right, man. So let's go to you, Squeak. Let's go to you, man. What for you came naturally first, DJing or producing? And what does one, if you're looking to get into that field, what does one gain from being able to do both?
I forget what naturally came. I guess DJing because I was making beats already, and then DJing is like making beats, but with other songs. You know, you catching it on beat. It's like you meshing songs together, you mixing the songs together. So it's like you be creating new songs while doing it, because that's like how I think about it in my head. So it's like I'm producing while I'm DJing. So it's like it made sense when I started DJing. I was like, oh shit, it's just like 1, 2, 3, and because you matching it up. So yeah, the DJing was easy. It was really, really easy. And then like if you got a good taste in music, you just try stuff. You just experiment, and then you always think of a song that you haven't heard in forever, be like, oh snap, I remember this song, and then you'll just instantly download it and have it in your arsenal. You'll play it, nobody haven't heard it in a long time, and then you just, you going crazy.
Facts.
DJing was definitely.
Yeah, sorry, I hate to cut you off, man. It's so hard trying to have a natural conversation in the virtual world nowadays because we want to be polite and not cut each other off, man. But look, Squeak, and I want to talk about how you became to be a part of Pivot Gang, because I know sometimes just in life, people might need a push. And it sounds like your brother Fresh was kind of like that push, not only for you, but for Saba and for a lot of the Pivot Gang. Can you just speak on that?
Yeah, like Fresh, yeah, he's a big reason on why Pivot is pivoting hard, you know what I'm saying, and is very confident in themselves. But yeah, like I hooked up with Gang, like what 2014, like when I really started coming around, 2014. And 2013, 2014-ish. Fresh had just went away. He had just got locked up. And then I had just got on house arrest. Yeah. And then he was just on some like, hey, go kick it with Gang to stay, you know what I'm saying? Just stay out of trouble. And I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. And it was only down the street. And then I just went to the studio and never left. And that's pretty much how I just. But I was always like, I used to come around like, but I wasn't like, I used to come around like when Fresh used to have sessions or something like that, but I'd just be down there. I was like, oh, this is a cool kicking spot, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't really care about making music or nothing like that. But yeah, after just sitting around and really not doing nothing post high school, I was like, okay, let me find something to do. And I just, yeah.
Are you willing to talk about what you were on house arrest for?
I just some young nigga shit trying to make some money. Shit. Yeah. So I was trying to hit a little move, that's all.
Well, and obviously that moment changed your life because it's the moment in your life or that time in your life where you got involved with Pivot, right?
Yeah, it was just on some. Yeah, maybe I should sit my butt down. You know what I'm saying? And, that was a sit your butt down moment. And yeah, it definitely worked out for the best for me. Like I'm very grateful for all of my experiences, good and bad, because they definitely helped me become an amazing person.
All right, so Squeak, West Side native. I've read and I've done research on you, of course. Twista, Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, of course, all big influences on you. I just saw Do or Die in that drive-in concert, powered by Afro Track, Mike Ori, all those guys over there. And those are pretty big influences for you, I'm assuming, and I've seen. How would you describe your sound in relation to your influences? How does your sound represent the West Side to you?
You said how they what? I'm sorry, it kind of cut off.
Just how would you describe your sound in relation to the people you grew up listening to, and how does your sound represent the West Side?
Oh yeah, they're like I definitely big study their sound, like do or die and shit. Like I definitely like my like hi-hats definitely like some like a West Side staple thing. Like the way I do my hi-hats, I know for sure. Um like certain sounds that I use, I got a whole EP dedicated to do or die. It's like a do or die like inspired sound EP that I did. Like
Oh
that's
snap!
really tight.
I
I'm
missed
excited for
that.
that. Yeah, no, it hasn't come out nothing like that. It's just something in the works. I got like tracks ready for it, like, and I actually chopped it up with Bilo. Just one of my homies, real cool with him. And man, Bilo been tapped in for a couple months now. He said, whenever I'm ready for him, uh, he ready to get in the studio. So that's real cool to know that I got that in my back pocket, But and then get like they're just like I real like studied their sound, like the adrenaline rush, like heads and tails, like I real like studied those projects, like
Oh yeah, oh
shit,
yeah.
and then like the go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. You first.
No, I was gonna say just I know like the way that I make beats, I be on some like I'm gonna make sure they know that I'm from out west. You know what I'm saying, for the most part, and then like in the way that some of the pivot members rap over their tracks, it'd be like just west side as hell. Like they don't like be intentionally doing it, but like they do it just because it's just like that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's just in them, and that should be cool. Cause like the eye catching the eyes, like, hey, you doing some West Side shit right there. It's like, oh, it's not by him. Yeah. So it's definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like we definitely know it's in us. You know what I'm saying? And don't shy away from it. You feel me? Definitely don't shy away from it.
Fact, you gotta be who you are at all times. Live your truth. Live your West Side truth, Squeak. So
That's all.
fact. So can you name maybe 3 bodies of work, either by a producer or a musician that influenced you, or better yet, like what's your favorite do or die song? Mine's is can you smoke and ride? Can you smoke and ride? Backseat of the Cadillac, chopping up that paper. Yeah, what's your favorite do or die song?
My favorite do or die song. It's either like Player Like Me, or
Still Pope
or Sex. Yeah, of course, Pope Pimp. You know what I'm saying? Like real classics. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shorty. Peace, Shorty. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in
Shorty. Yeah.
One of the greatest to ever.
That's just so real life, bro. Like real life. Like,
one of the greatest that do it. Johnny P. And hey, shout out Bilo and AK. Do or die. You know what I'm saying? It gets no better. What was your
real thorough niggas, man?
So what's so far? And I checked out the Pivot Gang album that dropped last year, man. You Can't Sit With Us. What's been your favorite project or song to work on? What was your favorite song to work on that joint? I saw you were exclusively on the credits on Colbert, I think. That joint is hard. What song are you most proud of thus far, though?
Definitely Colbert. Definitely.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, thank you. That was like, because it started off like as some whole other different shit. And then, yeah, just just did some slight changes on it. And yeah, it came out to that. Me and Daoud just went crazy on that. I handled all the drums and he did like the cells and shit.
Nice. Yeah, that was
Um,
on that track.
but yeah, because it's like it did the most numbers on the project. I haven't checked. Last time I checked, it still had the most. But like either that or Mortal Kombat, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't always release music, but when I do, you know what I'm saying, it's the best numbers.
A little razzle dazzle on
Like,
it.
I be proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
You the
like
dope
to step when I step. I like to
gang.
step. Huh?
It's the boy Rome J. I'm with the most interesting producer in Chicago, SqueakPivot.
You.
SqueakPivot joins us. So what other artists, Squeak, would you like to work with outside of Pivot? What type of artists do you vibe with the best?
Other artists I would like to work. I want to work with Baby King. Yeah, Food and Liquor. Yeah, that's Baby King, Shorty Raw, Lucky. Is this Raw LA's? I think she's from LA, but she's like West Coast based. Her name Amina. She's really tight.
Shoot your shots. It's time for you to shoot your shot.
Nah. Oh, I was like, I'm trying to think of like who I just be listening to. No cap. Like I just be listening to like shit. Like I be listening to trench music. I listen to music that be making me like cry, make my heart cry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I be on that type of time.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I can't think of right now. No.
Well, this next question goes perfectly into the next segment really well. I heard one of your beats where you sampled like it's called Until the End of Time. So you sampled Until the End of Time, Justin Timberlake, but then I thought I heard some Genuine in there. I thought you snuck in some Genuine. Right. I know. I got an ear, Squeak. I got an ear. So that was dope. That was dope. How did the process start with that beat specifically, Squeak? That might be my favorite beat that you've made.
You just put my head though, shorty, because people do not catch that. They either catch one or the other.
I caught them both. Do this,
bro. It's crazy because I added the Genuine shit like last minute as hell. Like me and Saba actually made that beat. Like he did. We were just like making beats, and then we wanted to like remake some shit, and then we wanted to do that Until the End of Time shit. So he played the chords, and then I just did some. He just played the chords, like the main chords, and then he left. And then I just started making all the drums, and then I started actioning all the extra sounds, and then the last thing that I added in was the Genuine sample. It was just like, because I don't know, when I just be making music sometimes, and then I'll be singing other songs in my head, and then if it sounds good with it, I'll just be like, oh snap, let me see how it sounds, and then I'll just add it. And then I added the Genuine, and then like just that switch out, it was like, yeah, that's I haven't heard that in a minute, so like, yeah, that's fine.
That's that inner DJ. Yeah, Squeak, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, baby.
DJ, you feel me?
Yeah, I hear it. I felt it in my soul. I was like, is that Genuine? But yeah, but
you got yourself for that wrong. I fuck with you off that one, man.
Hey man, every Thursday we were in Chicago. It's your boy Rome J. SqueakPivot in the building. So Squeak, we got a cool little game. We want to try to play, man, before you go. And basically what we're gonna do is we got some songs We got some songs, and we want to know and test your knowledge to see if you can name the song if you can name the sample. Okay, so you're a producer. We just want to test your knowledge. All these songs have samples, and we want to know if you know the name of the sample and the sample artist. Okay.
Bro, y'all trying to embarrass me, bro.
and this is gonna mess you up a little bit more. And this is gonna mess you up a little bit more, Squeak, because of YouTube, we can't play the real song, okay? Because we do not own rights. So I'm gonna give you the name of this song. Hopefully you know it, and you can name the sample for me, okay? G Herbo put out on PTSD the Deluxe a song called "Riding With It." G Herbo, "Riding With It." Where did he get the sample from?
Ride with it. Oh, that's the song with Lil Uzi, right?
No, it's just Herb. It's just Herb.
Ride with it. I can't cheat. Wait, I can listen to it. Wait, I can listen to it on my phone though, right?
Quietly, maybe, Squeak. So it can't be
real quietly. I don't want to. Yeah.
It can't be on the video.
Right, I'm finna.
Squeak, you cheating right now, man.
Right. On what's the album?
It's on the Deluxe, I believe. Yes.
It is. Give me like I get a time. I get it. All right, give me 45 seconds. Just
Squeak, I'll give you 30. It's your boy Rome J. SqueakPivot is cheating right now, everybody. But I'm gonna let him listen to this beat. Thank you for muting your mic, Squeak. Riding With It.
I don't know. Is that a brand? That's some like
that is
Dark Child.
That is Usher. You Got It Bad in the background.
Oh, the bad. Yep. Oh, see, yep. Did Dark Child that beat? I wonder.
Yeah, no, that's a dope beat though. G Herbo, "Riding With It." The next song, Squeak, I hope you got your YouTube up, is you should know this song, Jay-Z, Kanye West, Otis. The name of the artist and the original song title.
What do mean? I got what you mean. I don't know that old ass nigga, bro. I don't know, dude. I know what you're talking about, though. I suck, bro.
Never leave her. I am not
gonna be like, bro. This nigga got no soul, bro. Get him out of here.
That's Jay-Z, Kanye West, Otis, but the cover is Otis Redding, "Try a Little Tenderness." Oh. Otis Redding, "Try a Little Tenderness." Okay,
see, look, I knew at least his name was Otis, though. I think I remember that much about it.
That's the name of the song.
Right, so it's yeah, but like, no, I thought the dude named not Otis who made it too.
Yeah, it's Otis Redding. It's Otis Redding, "Try a Little Tenderness." Yeah. Right. Okay, so the next one I got you type it in. You know this song, Squeak. Twista, "Overnight Celebrity." What did Twista sample for that beat?
I did hear that song before. I don't know.
You.
Oh, that's the Fredly plan, and he gonna treat me. He gonna treat me if you know.
Oh man, that's because I love you, man. Lenny Williams.
Oh, damn, I can't think of the song name.
It's because I love you.
Because I love you. Yeah, that song.
It's because I love you.
By like 20% of that, right?
Lenny Williams. We're gonna give you A for effort.
Lenny Williams. Oh, bro.
Lenny Williams. Good old Lenny. They don't make names like how they used to no more. Here goes another good name for you. And type this into your search engine. Common, the Light. Where did Common get that sample from? Common, the Light. There's a time when you need someone. I will be by your side.
I heard this. Oh, Bobby Caldwell. Yeah, Bobby
There
Caldwell.
we go.
I got
There we go.
the-
1 point for Squeak. That is Bobby Caldwell. Open your eyes. Squeak, you're cheating on your phone.
Look. Hey, look. Trump is president.
All right. All right. Next. All right. This is going to be our last song on Name That Sample. If you're just now tuning in, we're playing Name That Sample with up-and-coming Pivot Gang producer SqueakPivot. Joins your boy Rome J. Name That Sample. The next song is Crucial Conflict. Hey, where did they get that sample from?
For the G2 because I definitely don't know. But I know it's a sample. Smoke. They definitely don't say it neither. That's all I know. Yeah, I found it. Nope, I don't know.
They took that from Funkadelic's I'll Stay, Eddie Hazel, famous lead vocals, lead guitar on that song, the famous Eddie Hazel. Funkadelic's I'll Stay.
The with what's bro name?
I think you're thinking of George Clinton and Bootsy and all of them, but I don't know if they're associated with this song. I'm not too sure, but that's Eddie Hazel, lead vocal, lead guitar, Funkadelic's I'll Stay from Crucial Conflict, who took that lead guitar solo from the beginning. So, Squeak, Pivot, we got locked in. Back to some questions. This summer, man, Pivot Gang teamed up with Feed the West Side, an organization that helps families who've been affected by recent events. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll just be showing up to help out, but it's like the people who put it together, they're just like hand in hand with the Wall Foundation. So it's just like, I show up, I do the work pretty much. And it's like, and now it's in the Austin neighborhood. It's like literally the parks that I grew up at. So it's just like, it just feels really cool. And this is like my first time like really volunteering, like no community service, you feel me? Like actually volunteering. And it's like, it just be making my heart feel warm, It's just like knowing, what I'm saying? Like seeing the faces and how much like this really means to the people who's getting this stuff, like that we're giving this to, like in the community. So like that'd be fine. It's like just making me feel, what I'm saying? Real philanthropy, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, and man, I want to move on to of course, fallen Pivot member John Wall. Typically, you guys celebrate his life through tribute concerts. Like I said, I was at John Wall Day last year at the Metro. Probably one of the best shows I went to last year. FemDot was in the house. A lot of people came through in support. I'm sure COVID has impacted what you guys are going to be able to do. Is there anything in the works to celebrate John Wall in 2020?
It's always going to be something in the works to celebrate my boy. But yeah, it's gonna be tougher this year. I really don't like, bro. I'm the DJ and the producer. You know what I'm saying? I show up when it's game time. But it's like we trying to make it make sense this year. Pretty much just trying to make it make sense. That's all I can really say about that. Just trying to make it make sense this year. If it happens, I know it's gonna be really fire. If it doesn't, like, I know it's still gonna really fire because it's not like we're gonna not do nothing. We just gotta figure out, how. Trying to be super innovative.
Facts, and that's what it takes at a time like this. It takes our best thoughts. It takes for creative to get more creative than ever. So, sure. Before I let you go, Squeak, can you tell us about any new projects from you or the Pivot Gang that are in the works right now that we should be looking out for?
Yeah, I get I'm working on a project with MF and Mello It's like 70% done. So it's coming very, very soon. Hashtag en route. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I'm always coming. I'm always en route. Um, Pivot is always some pivot on the way, en route as well. Just like the whole gang, just ready, always on go. So it's just we're just setting up the just proper preparation.
Facts.
Proper preparation um, equals
Prevents poor performance.
great pivots. I tried to put a little pivot spin to it. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody excuse Squeak.
But
He's in Valley, everyone. So
but yeah, just I'm excited. Yeah, but this is gonna be my first actual EP, like outside of like the singles and just in the like instrumentals that I dropped. This is gonna be my first body of work. So this is something very exciting for me and to me. Just cause like I've been like outside of like I'll just drop stuff like on the albums, like on one of my homies' albums or something, but it's just like I'm ready for people just to hear, you know what I'm saying, that squeak sound, just what I just been working on and honing these last couple of years, It's like it's like really that time now for me. It's like it's just really that time, and I'm excited just because everybody else is excited because they just know how long I've been waiting for this to to just release my sound without
what's
you
the
know
name?
what I'm saying,
Have
with
a
just
name
my
yet?
name on it,
That will be the name of the
Hashtag
album.
en route, baby. We en route.
En route. That's the name
We en
of it.
route. That's all you need to know. All you need to know is en route.
All right,
Hashtag
man.
en route.
We Real Chicago. We want to thank We Real Chicago. We want to thank Squeak Pivot for stopping by. Squeak, it's been a pleasure, man. Hopefully you can come by, bring some more Pivot members with you next time, man. We appreciate you for your time, brother.
Gratitude. This is beautiful. Thank y'all so much. I really love what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? I will definitely let y'all know that like people are watching. I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? I watch like everything y'all be posting, like the tribe, like respect to what y'all doing. Like I fully support, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just keep being raw, like keep doing y'all thing. Like for real. Like y'all going crazy. This was beautiful. This was very swift, effective, you know what I'm saying? Like for some virtual stuff, But yeah, like, and it was really cool talking to you, Ron, for real. Like, so,
We appreciate you, brother. I hope we can link, man, soon, hopefully on a personal level, brother, and really get to build with you guys. Day Day Pivot down there says, "Go shout out Day Day, one of the other major producers in Pivot. Make some really dope stuff." And
he
yeah,
showed me
man,
that. Showed me how to make big.
bro. So shout out to Day Day. Shout out to Pivot Gang. Squeak, thanks again, brother.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Tribe. Blessings, y'all.
Well,
Blessings,
all right.
blessings.
Bless, always, as always. Well, all right, guys, that's our show. Hey, look, I don't know about y'all, but I had a ball. We want to thank all today's guests, Katrina, who reminded us to vote, Gold Haze and Squeak from Pivot Gang, of course, for stopping by today. Of course, we couldn't do this without our viewers, so thank you guys for watching as well. Any questions about the show or you guys want to reach out to us, hit us up at connect@thetribe.com. Also, family, make sure to fill out the census. The deadline is September 30th. The census is very important and it pertains to Black people. Okay, make sure to hit us up. Make sure to hit the button, hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the little bell to get notified for new content. Hit that little dingly bell in the back of our YouTube channel so you guys get notified whenever we post anything. It's your boy Rome J. You can find me on Twitter at the @RomeJ_ and on Instagram at @RomeJ_TV. If all hearts cleared, until next time, it's your boy Rome J. Stay real, stay safe. Episode 6, we real Chicago. That's it.